Today, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Throwing to start the drive. Hudson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So certainly a defensive mistake here in the first quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage you gave up and give them a fresh set of downs, but that brought the home crowd into this one. And when you go on the road, your job is to silence the crowd, not energize them.
On the move past the 40, down the left sideline.
A big play that time for Cleveland. 41 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Back to throw. Hudson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Manning. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Play action. Fields.
Throw left side complete. That's Mason.
On the move past the 40. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 47 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Now it's Fields. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. The Bengals at 11-3 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
Carter is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll elect elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep.
To throw again on second down, Fields. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Play action. It's Fields.
Sliding out of the pocket.
As this complete to Daniel Bellinger.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Kelly.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
That good for 19 and a 1st down. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season.
And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you got to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here's Fields. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
is caught at the 7-yard line.
And the Bengals are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. To throw is Fields.
His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown!
Colby Parkinson
From 4 yards out.
And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with a Bengals score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and 2. Hudson, and that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it out in order to try and get the upset win. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Cleveland offense making their way out. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
On 2nd down now. Buckley trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 for a Bengals TD.
That bumps us up to a 3-possession game here, and only in the 2nd quarter, Charles. They're trying to put this game out of reach before we even hit the locker rooms for intermission.
What's even tougher is making up 3 possessions against a defense that can make impact plays like this. They don't have this game wrapped up quite yet, but 2 picks already, 1 to the house. I think it's fair to say they're headed in the right direction.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Christian Harris in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken right around the 44.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards.
And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Buying time to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. 6 yards left on 2nd down. Back to throw, Fields.
He's got Mason, complete. Touchdown, Bengals! From 21 yards away.
And the Bengals are able to add on to their first half lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Myles Garrett. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Fields now to throw.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Jameson Williams
with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year.
And the Bengals have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
He finds his man, complete. It's Mason. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
Again, Fields.
Over the middle, he's got Watkins.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They run up the gut with Kelly, and he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Bengals have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time of the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Operating from the gun. Hudson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half score.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll look to throw again.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Roman.
Yeah, the Browns are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Christian Kirk from 4 yards out.
And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Greasy. That's 2 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl winners, multiple Super Bowl winners. So he's getting up with the legends now. Congratulations.
This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And you know, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He'll get it inside the 20.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Quez Watkins.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here. And what?
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
He finds his man, complete. It's Mason. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And 22 more yards there and another first down. One play action. Fields. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here. These last few plays, they have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Kelly. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
2nd down and goal. Fields. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Jamison Williams
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And oh, he coughed it up. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
On 1st down, Buckley. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Browns are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Cincinnati set to take over once again. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Fields throw going into the hands of Williams.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side.
He'll get it inside the 20.
Touchdown! A big play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On 1st and 10, Hudson. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Hudson.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He finds Robinson. Oh, what a touchdown, Browns. Wan'Dale Robinson, 28 yards. And the Browns are able to at least get one score back.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Carter straight ahead. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On 1st down, it's Fields.
Over the middle, complete. That's Mason. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. The partner is still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. A give up the middle to Kelly. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Fields.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Bengals.
Colby Parkinson
A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Bengals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hudson.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Fields.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. 2nd and 10. Fields again. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From 3 yards out.
And the Bengals are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Fields trying to throw for it.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Operating from the gun. Hudson.
And one more time, here's Kirk.
90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah,
rush coming, and he's taken down. Christian Harris, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Up the middle they go. Buckley.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
This offense so far on third down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Operating from the gun. Hudson. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
From his goal line here, Fields.
He finds his man, complete. It's Mason. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Here's Fields. A throw to the flat for Carter.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Forced out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Throwing again is Fields.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Mason. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. That last catch, a big one, folks. He's now gone over 300 yards receiving in this game. It is a game for the ages.
They'll run with Carter.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it was Michael Carter who finished it all off with a touchdown run.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Back to throw. Hudson. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Roman.
And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw again. Hudson, he finds his man, complete. It's Roman.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. There he goes, left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Cleveland offense making their way out. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing on 3rd and long. Hudson, he's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, You're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
The Browns set to take over. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw. Hudson.
Quick slant caught by Kirk.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Bengals, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, it's another loss as they